Alright guys, well, that's a long time, right? I've been a few days, we've been very busy here at ACY because we had a gala dinner yesterday for 13 years of ACY. So it was very excited, and for this reason as well, we didn't have the webinar, but don't stress, we will get the webinar done next Tuesday, alright? So please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up on this video, and let's go for today's video. Right, so lots of things are happening and I didn't have the chance to come here and talk to you guys in the last couple of days, right? We are having a bit of a US dollar weakness, okay? We've came all the way to 107, 107.9, 107.8, now to 103, 104. And of course, this drags US dollar down and drags euro dollar up, pound dollar up, USD CAD down, and so on, right? We didn't have much last week happening into the markets. It was very quiet, to be honest. We didn't have much news happening. But for this week, we're gonna have tonight, actually tomorrow, but it will be 12:30 for me. So it will be on Thursday morning, let's say. We're gonna have the US GDP. Bear in mind, this is the quarter three. And the previous was at 2.1%, and now the consensus is expecting at 4.9. So, of course, there's a huge, difference from the previous to the consensus. But I want to bring back a few speeches from Jerome Powell. I think it was last month he said that on when he paused the rates again. He said that we may have a stronger than expected GDP coming into quarter three, and then we're gonna have a weaker GDP coming to quarter four. So we do have the release happening tomorrow at 12:30. And the consensus is at 4.9. Maybe we may have a bit of strengthening on the US dollar if this comes higher than expected. Let's say 5.2 or 5, right? Or somewhere around those numbers. But if GDP comes lower than expected, then I guess that we may have a path and all of the data already collected, so we can have a weaker US dollar until end of the year, right? So just again, pay attention on the GDP, so then we can know where the US dollar will head. All right. So apart from that, we're gonna have the retail inventories as well. We need to pay attention on the retail inventories as well. And today, we have the Spanish CPI. If I'm not wrong, let me just check what the time will be. That will be 7 o'clock at Australian time. We have the Spanish CPI year over year, and the consensus is at 3.7. Right. We did have already a higher than expected consensus last month for Spanish CPI. It didn't have much to do on euro. Well, they use euro, but of course it didn't have much because the majority of the country is German. So majority of Europe is German. So German has a big account for the movements that happens on euro dollar or whatever euro. Okay, so just pay attention on that as well, and I think we're going to be set to see euro dollar grinding higher until end of the year if we have a lower than expected GDP from US dollar. If otherwise we have a higher GDP, then I guess we may stay the same. We won't have much strengthening as well because investors are priced in already for another pause on 13th of December for the FOMC. All right, guys, so this is all. I hope I could help you, giving a little flinch on the market. Again, we will be live. Definitely, we will be live next Tuesday. So my webinar is on next Tuesday on December. And then, well, it's just more tomorrow, and we finish the month of November, and we go for December, and then we finish the year. So I hope everyone is, having a good time with your families and friends. And please share this video with your family, share this video with your friends, maybe he or she likes to trade. this would be definitely helpful for them. All right, guys, I see you in the next video, and have all a good trading, safe week ahead.